I'm Joe Bev, and this is the Joe Bev Show. This time on the Joe Bev Show, Foghorn Leghorn in an Uncle Dunkle cartoon, Jack Robinson at Your Service by Daws Butler, and Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Dying Detective. That's coming up on the Joe Bev Show.
That's a funny dog next door, Uncle Dunkle.
What for you say that, Donnie?
Well, I mean, the dog's always palling around with that rooster. They're like best friends.
You noticed that too, huh, Donnie?
I'm very observant for my age.
That dog and that rooster next door, well, they've been the best of friends for the longest of time. But you know what?
What?
They got kind of bored after a while just, walking around in circles in that backyard. And they wished very much that they could see something of the world.
Now listen here, dog. Well, shut up! I say shut up. I say I'm tired of walking around in circles with you in this here backyard. Tired, that is. Well, what do you propose we do? Now listen, son. I say we leave this here backyard farm and set out into the world.
And they hopped the fence and started off along the road that led to the woods. The two comrades traveled along in the very best of spirits.
Well, dog, what do you think so far? Well, I told you you'd like it. Like it, that is. This boy's about as much fun as an ice cream cone without the ice cream. I told you, son, that we'd go out without meeting any adventure to speak of.
At nightfall, the rooster, looking for a place to roost, well, as was his custom, spied a nearby hollow tree that he thought would do very nicely for a night's lodging.
Now listen, dog, you creep inside that tree, and I'll fly up on one of these here branches.
So said, so done, and both slept very comfortably. With the first glimmer of dawn, the rooster awoke.
I say, now that was a good night's sleep. Oh, I'm all ready for a little roostering.
Just for a moment, he forgot where he was. He thought he was still back there at the farmyard, where it had been his duty to arouse the household at daybreak. So, standing on his tippy toes, he flapped his wings and crowed lustily.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! 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 Now that there was some mighty fine crowing.
But instead of awakening the farmer, he awakened a fox, not far off in the woods.
What's this? A cock-a-doodle-doo out here in the woods. It immediately brings to mind rosy visions of a very delicious breakfast.
So hurrying to the tree where the rooster was roosting, he said very politely,
"A hearty welcome to our woods, honored sir. I cannot tell you how glad I am to see you here. I'm quite sure we'll become the closest of friends."
Why, I'm abashed. Taken back, that is. Why, I'm highly flattered, in fact. Now listen, son, if you would please go around to the door of my house at the foot of the tree, my porter will let you in.
So the hungry but unsuspecting fox went around to the tree as he was told, and in a twinkling...
Hey, you! Come here!
Yikes!
The dog had seized him and thrown him out of the tree, and he never come back ever again.
Why would I? That cock is best friends with a dog. I think I'll stick to ducks. Say, Uncle Dunkle, what happened to the big giant oak tree that was out in the front yard?
Oh, remember that storm we had the other day? Knocked that tree right down.
Sure was a giant oak tree.
It reminds me of the giant oak tree that stood near a brook, in which also grew some slender reeds. When the wind blew, the great oak stood proudly upright, with its 100 arms uplifted to the sky. But the reeds bowed low in the wind and sang a sad, mournful song.
You have reason to complain,
said the oak.
The slightest breeze that ruffles the surface of the water makes you bow your heads, while I, the mighty oak, stand upright and firm before the howling tempests.
Do not worry about us,
replied the reeds.
The winds do not harm us. We bow before them, and so we do not break. You, in all your pride and strength, have so far resisted their blows. But the end is coming.
As the reed spoke, a great hurricane rushed out of the north. The oak stood proudly and fought against the storm, while the yielding reeds bowed low. The wind redoubled in fury, and then, all at once, the great tree, crack, fell, and torn up by the roots, and lay among the pitying reeds.
That's a sad story, Uncle Dunkle.
The cycle of nature, Donnie. That tree will now feed the ground, so new trees can come.
You are listening to The Joe Bev Show. I'm Joe Bev.
Mom, I've got some other things I'd like to do. Do we have to wait here very long?
Not very. They'll be disappointed if we're not here.
How long? When will Orville Crumb and Katie Plum get here?
They'll be here very soon. They'll just open the door and walk right in, the way they always do.
How soon?
Soon. They'll be here before you can say Jack Robinson. That's how soon they'll be here. I gave you an unnecessary technical explanation, but a valid one.
I'll try it. Jack Robinson. They're not here. It didn't work. There's somebody at the door.
It isn't Orville Crumb or Katie Plum. Don't you listen? I told you they just walk right in. Who that is at the door, I don't know. Say it again. Say Jack Robinson again, Pringle.
This is silly. Jack Robinson! They're not here. They're not here, Mom. They weren't here before or after I said Jack Robinson. This is silly. It is, Mom.
Edison thought inventing the electric light was silly too, but it didn't stop him from inventing it.
Why did he think inventing the electric light bulb was silly? I don't think it was silly.
Because, Pringle, my dear, he just put down a right smart amount of money on a large vat of lamp oil, enough to last the whole year.
There's somebody at the door, Mom.
Just ignore it. Whoever it is will go away.
If Edison thought inventing the electric light was silly, then why did he invent it?
He laughed at the idea. That's why he got that enormous vat of lamp oil. In kind of a half-hearted way, he'd been toying with a way of doing it, or a possible way of doing it. He did this during a boring sermon at church. Kept his mind occupied, don't you know?
I know. Well, I guess I know.
The next morning, after having these ideas in church, the newspaper hadn't come yet, and he liked to read it while he was having his morning coffee. He was looking for a way to kill time until the paper came, so he fooled around with this electric light idea.
And it worked.
That's right, it worked. He never did read his newspaper or drink his coffee.
Then what?
He just decided to take a loss on the lamp oil, and he hiked on down to the patent office and got things squared away.
And then what?
He made $1 million, and everybody used the electric light, but not him.
How come?
For a whole year, he used up that lamp oil he bought, and when the last drop sputtered out, then he switched on his own electric light.
So he didn't have to take a loss after all.
That's right.
But if he got $1 million for inventing the electric light, why didn't he just take the loss? He should have just taken the loss.
Many of his biographers have wondered about that over the years, but the reason is no closer now than it was back then. Edison took it with him to his grave.
Actually, it wasn't all that big a deal. It was dumb.
You don't think it was a dramatic aftermath to his cool, logical inventor's mind?
It was dumb. It was dumb.
Could be right. I do have a way of explaining things, of bringing together the tangled threads of the obscure, don't I?
Do you?
I do. Now, we don't want to have any more talk about things being silly, do we?
I do. I still think it's silly to say Jack Robinson. I said it a couple of times for you, because I love you. But our friends Orville Crumb and Katie Plum aren't here. You said they'd be here before I could say Jack Robinson.
Pa! Somebody's pounding on the door.
Oh dear, oh my. Well, see who it is.
You see who it is.
But you're right there. You see who it is.
I want you to see who it is.
Well, okay. I'll see who it is. But why don't you want to see who it is? You scared? You scared it might be a horrible monster? Contemplating, oh my, the unsavory prospect of chomping on your tough, chewy gizzard?
Yes.
Oh, hush up out there. Level with me, Mom. Has a monster ever been out there? Well, has it?
No, it hasn't.
Then why? Why do you have this groundless fear of a horrible monster?
Because...
Because what?
Because it might be something worse than a horrible monster.
Say which?
It might be a horrible monster handing out religious literature.
What?
Pamphlets and that kind of truck. My religion is a private thing. I don't want any born-again monster trying to con me into some new hokey religion.
If he does, well, stick him on the president. Yes, he digs those types. Stop banging on that door. Oh, dear, you understand? I'll get to you. I'll get to you as soon as I resolve a couple of problems in here. Oh, yes. Oh, sakes alive. I'm getting tired of waiting for Orville Crumb and Katie Plum. Oh, they'll be here. Mom said they'd be here before I could say Jack Robinson. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nope. She's wrong about that. It's supposed to be before you can see Jack Robinson. Yes. No, you're wrong. It's before I can say Jack Robinson. Well, I never heard it that way. The way I heard it was before I could see Jack Robinson. Yes.
Will you stop that nonsense? You always say things wrong.
Says which?
Like that. It's not says which, it's say what.
Says which?
Oh, never mind.
Well, Pringle, whatever it was that your mother asked you to say, did you say it? I'll say I said it. I said it over and over. Jack Robinson, Jack Robinson. And Orville and Katie didn't come before or after I said Jack Robinson. I think it's silly. Edison thought inventing the electric light was silly. Sit on it. I'm sick of Edison. All right. I'm getting around to you.
How are you? Glad to see you.
Hi. Oh, hi. Hi.
I'm Jack.
You're not a monster, are you?
No.
You see, Mom, he's not a monster. That's not all I'm worried about.
It says which?
I told you the other thing I was worried about.
I'll check on it. Say, you ever go to church?
Church? What's a church?
Do you ever say any prayers?
Did I ever say any what?
He's clean, Mom. Yes. But come in, stranger. You're off the hook.
Phew, that's good. I feel like I passed some kind of test.
Around here, they call me Pa.
And they call me Mom.
And they call me Pringle.
And they call me Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson? Jack Robinson?
That's my name.
Just a few minutes ago, I was saying your name over and over.
I see.
My mom said that our friends Orville Crumb and Katie Plum would be here before I could say Jack Robinson.
But that's not right. That's not the way it goes.
Well, of course not. It's supposed to go before you can see Jack Robinson. Yes.
Oh, will you hush up?
But he's right. The old man is right.
What old man?
You.
Oh.
Before you can see Jack Robinson.
I never knew that.
I never knew that. I knew it.
Oh, hush up.
I was pounding on the door so you'd open it. And you'd see me.
Okay, but I'd still like to know when Orville and Katie are going to get here.
They are here.
They are?
Sure they are. They got here just before I did. If you'd have opened the door, you would have seen me. Get it? They were here before you could see Jack Robinson. I saw them. They came in the back door.
That's what they always do.
Oh dear. Oh my, this is getting complicated.
You said that about trying on your shoelaces.
So, I worked it out finally, didn't I?
And you can work out this, too. Go take a look in the back, Pa.
You can call me Biff.
Is that your name?
No, but you can call me that. Well, I'll go see if they're out back, yes. Well, this has really ruined my day. I got all dressed up, and we're not even sure they got here.
Oh, they got here all right. Trust me. I've had a lot of experience. I know about these things.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you're just a figment of our imaginations.
Oh, they're here. They're here, all right. They left a note. Here, Mom, you read it. Oh, she reads real good.
Hush up. It says, Dear Mom, Pa, and Pringle, we let ourselves in the back door and went up to bed. We always let ourselves in, as you remember.
Go on.
I remember.
Hush up. They go on. After we let ourselves in the back door, somebody started knocking on the front door. We got here before he did. If you'd opened the front door, you would have seen him.
Before. You understand?
I wish everybody would stop interrupting. They go on. We'll see you in the morning. And it's signed Katie Plum.
She wrote it for both of them. Yes, that's what she did.
You figured that out.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
Your shoelaces are untied.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes, Pringle.
We've all learned a lot tonight. There should be some way of repaying you. I know Mom would like to.
I'm not asking for anything.
Well, I ain't offering you much. How'd you like a cup of leftover breakfast coffee and a slab of stale supermarket cake? It's still got some frosting on it.
Sorry, I'll have to pass on that. I just noticed my beeper went off. Looks like I got another assignment.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes, Pringle.
Are you a figment?
I won't say I am, and I won't say I'm not. But I must go now. Goodbye.
I think I'm going to miss him. I think he was a short enough figment. Yes, oh yes, that's what he was.
I think I'll get rid of that stale supermarket cake at breakfast.